Check in 1 2. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host SG. Let's get started. Man, today. All right, let's just get this music out of the way because there's a lot to talk about today. I know I've been bashing women for the past couple of weeks, past couple of months actually. Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you put in the live chat? Let's check if everything is working and test chat. Is the live chat working? Yes, the live chat is working. Perfect. Okay. Thank you for checking out the channel. I'm your host SG, and today we are going to be Sab. Thank you for checking out the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the useless men in society, because we need to throw some whips. We need to hit these men that are useless. There you go. That's what you get. That's what you get. Because you are a useless person. You have no morals, you have no ethics, you have no discipline, you don't provide anything, you don't produce anything in society, right? You're just over there simping over women, sitting all day on your internet, on your laptop, on your phone, always constantly texting women and simping over them and begging them, oh, please, just show me some things. So I put out a poll, on the live chat, and I was asking women, okay? I was asking women, what qualities do you hate the most in a man? Okay? We got a couple of votes. So there were 4 options. Talks a lot and does nothing, okay? Number 2 is directionless. Number 3 is no money, and no one voted for no money? That doesn't make sense. Come on, women. What kind of okay. And then number 4 was out of shape. So the first option, 60% of people said that they hate a man that talks a lot and does nothing, okay? And 40% said that they do not like a man who's directionless, okay? You have no direction, you have no purpose, you have no plan. Women just get so dry downstairs. They're like, holy crap, man, I do not want to hang out with a guy like this because this person is going to drive me into the freaking ditch. So,
are you crazy? You're fucking. You are fucking.
Okay, first of all, before we get started,
we watoto endeni mkafanya nini homework tafadhali.
Get these goddamn kids out of this channel. Okay. So Sab, what are you saying? Obviously, if he is directionless, he won't do anything and will talk too much. He automatically will not have money either. Oh man, today I'm going to be roasting some men, because these men out here, shit, I have seen some useless men in society. Shit. You know what the sad part is? I used to be one of them. But you just wake up. I woke up out of this freaking matrix, and I was like, you know what? I have to better myself. I have to get back into shape. I have to take care of myself. I have to be a valuable person in society. What am I producing? What values am I bringing to this world? What can I offer? Right? Look inside yourself as a man and say, apart from just asking for nudes on the internet, what else can I bring into this world? Sab, what are you saying? If you have direction, you have the plan, and obviously some financial strategies, some goals, and a future plan. Exactly. That's all it takes. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things, okay? So what characteristics of a useless man are we talking about? Number 1, he's not producing anything. He's not bringing any value to people around you in the world in general, okay? He's a simp. What is a simp? A person who's just given money to women and those women are not giving him any value in return. He's just sitting there on the internet sending money out to people, to women, and hoping that they'll send him some nudes or something like that. These women don't even respect these men, and they're perfectly okay with that. What the freaking hell is wrong with you? Is there something mentally wrong with you? Sugar daddies. Yeah, sugar daddies. But sugar daddies are kind of in a different category, because these men, at least they get some physical intimacy from the women that they send money to. I'm talking about simps. A simp is just sending out the money and then hoping and praying that she'll message you back or she'll notice you. These are the simps because you're sending money to a woman and she doesn't acknowledge you, she doesn't pray for you, she doesn't care about you. She'll only reach out to you when she wants money, and you're just sending her money anyway. And not even just money; it could be anything else. Like you're going out of your way to go and physically do things for her, and she doesn't respect you. You're basically just a simp. Okay. Number 3 is obviously men who cannot provide, financially protect, and build things. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Number 4, obviously, the all talk and no action guy. We've all met this kind of a guy in our lives. I'm talking to you ladies. You've always met a guy like this. He talks a lot. He tells you all these things that he wants to do, potentials, because he understands that women are attracted to what they hear. Women love what this guy has to say, but actions speak louder than words. If you cannot see the actions, why are you believing the words? So obviously all talk and no action. Number 5 is personal hygiene. I'm gonna all of these points, I'm gonna break them down so that you understand. Are you dealing with a useless man in your life? Okay? Personal hygiene is such a basic thing. Get up, take a shower, comb your hair, cut your hair, shave your beard. You just trim your beard or something. Just have some personal hygiene. I've seen men out here on the streets that oh man. Like, look, okay, I understand if you're balding and you've lost most of your hair, just do something about it. Okay, don't go out and freaking put a wig or something. Okay, maybe you want to do that, but do something that will make you look attractive, at least decent or something. First of all, if you're fat, okay, and that's me included. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm in the best shape of my life. I can do better. Go out there and exercise, man. I know a lot of men who have gotten married. They're fit in the beginning. They get married and then they're like, now I can relax and, I can have all the Twinkies I need in my life. I can eat whatever I want. And then they just gain weight and they don't put in the effort to maintain that attraction with the woman. And then they wonder why the woman is leaving them. Oh, she's just cheating on me. Yeah, well, you gave up on your weight, you dumb. Where's your whips? Where are your whips? How are you just relaxing? Oh, now I'm married. I don't need to put in any effort and I can just command her to go and do things for me. But look at you eating all the junk food, not taking care of yourself. You're not grooming yourself. You're not going out there and exercising. Men are built to lift heavy things, to put in physical effort, to just be in shape. We are the species that are the species. We are the gender. Yes, that's the right word. We are the gender that are supposed to put in the effort to physically, because we've got, biologically speaking, we have the muscles, we have the extra, the extra height, the extra body mass, the extra muscles. We're supposed to be in shape. We can't be sitting over here gaining belly fat and then wondering why our women are leaving us. Freaking get the hell up. Get off your freaking chair and go out there and work. Okay? If you are a man and you're married to a woman and you're just there sitting gaining weight, you think your woman's going to be physically attracted to you if you're not putting in the effort. And then you're complaining, oh, she's just, she's looking at other guys and she's texting other. Yeah, well, you've not put in the effort to attract her. Just because you've got her now doesn't mean that you need to give up now. Why are you giving up now? So, out of shape. And number 7, obviously, is directionless. So, let's start from the beginning. Let us begin from the beginning. In the beginning. Okay, so you're not producing anything. What kind of a job are you doing as a man? I'm talking to you men out there. What jobs are you doing? You want to place yourself in a position where you are Rispa. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I hope you're doing well, and I hope everything is fine on your side. So I'm talking about the men who are completely useless to society, man. They completely disrespect women, And I'm gonna go into what can you do to improve yourself to make yourself a high value man, right? And I'm gonna break it down to what qualities do you want to have in yourself as a man to consider yourself as a high value man. Okay, and I'm obviously I'm not saying that I'm there, but I feel like I want to work towards that. It's not a necessity to be a high value man, but there are obviously more benefits to being a high value man, someone who is respected by their peers, someone who is earning, a good substantial amount of money, someone who's putting a dent in the world. You're building something that the world recognizes. You are recognized by people who are also of high value. You have contacts and networks with people of high value, and then you're putting a dent in the world. That's where you want to be. You will attract the right people, you will attract the right businesses, and then the women will come to you. You don't chase the women. Let the women chase you. You chase the success. Your job is to put a dent in the world. Be a successful, influential person. Have the right networks. Get out there and show that you can provide, you can protect, you can build. You have the knowledge, you have the confidence. That's what you need to be portraying out there, not simping on the internet. Oh, send me your boobies. Fuck you. Okay. So what kind of a job are you doing? You find all these men out here who are just have a basic 9 to 5 job, making a crappy salary, and then they're wondering why the women are not looking at them. It is in women's nature, and they have every right to pick a man who is well off. It is you have look. There's so many men out there in the world. Okay, you have to stand. How are you going to stand out from all the other men? You need to work on yourself. Okay. You need to work on yourself. Just how do you just have a crappy job and you're miserable about your job? You're not doing something significant that people could recognize. Work on something that if you left that job, people still recognized and said, "Oh shit, this guy built something. He built a software, or he built he did something that other people are benefiting from. That your legacy is left behind. People know that, oh shit, I know this person who builds amazing furniture. This is the guy I want to contact because I know he's an expert. He is he's just a professional in that field. Let me contact this guy because I know there's no one else like him." That's the person that you want to be. When someone thinks of a specific thing that they want, they remember you, and you want to be that kind of a person. So look at producing something, look at trying to build something that will leave a dent in this world, that people will look up to you and recognize you as, this is the freaking expert in this field. Okay? So I've already talked about being a simp. Stop being a simp on the internet, man. Always constantly messaging women, thirsting over women. Your job just 24/7. You don't have a job. And this always ends up happening because you don't have that career or that plan or that financial thing that you're trying to achieve or goal that you're trying to achieve. So the only thing you have left is this: sit on the internet, look at Instagram, and look at what are these other freaking apps, Snapchat and all these other apps, and just constantly look at women's statuses and just waiting for them to post something and then just ask them for nudes and stuff. What are you doing? Look, I understand you're a young man, your hormones are all over the place. You can't control, but that is the test right there. That is the test right there for you to step back and say, what am I doing with my life? Oh, and TikTok, freaking hell, TikTok. God damn it. TikTok is the worst. That's the cancer in our society. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even mention TikTok, Rispa. Shit. Man, TikTok is another cancer that I just don't want to talk about. Okay. Men who cannot provide financially, protect and build things in a relationship. So you want to put yourself in a position where you're earning a good salary. And I'm gonna give you the figures of what figures you need to earn here in the UK, there in Kenya. Okay, not there in Kenya, but here in the UK. What kind of figures you need to earn in order to consider yourself as a high value man, so that you can provide a good a decent lifestyle for your partner, right? This is what you need to be trying to achieve. Okay, protect. Now, how can you protect someone if you're not even in shape? You're there with your fat belly. You can't even get out of the sofa. And you're wondering why the women are running away. You're chasing them away. You're scaring them away, actually. And then building things. Women love a man who can build things. If you're good with your hands, you know how to build something. Look at it like this. You get married. You're with your woman. You're in the house. Something breaks in the house. Instead of calling the freaking electrician, okay, I'm not saying that you need to be an expert, but just basic things. Changing a light bulb, fixing the switch, putting paint on the freaking wall. Do you need to call someone to do that for you? You're going to call in the electrician. Next thing you know, the electrician is banging your wife. Because you're not the man of the house. You cannot build anything. You cannot fix anything. You're completely useless. Whips for you. Give you some good whips. Because you're just useless. You're making a woman, and then these are the same men that are complaining that the women are dominant. Oh, I don't like a dominant woman. Well, yeah, because you didn't take the dominating role. You were just sitting back and waiting for other people to do the stuff. Why are you complaining now that she's dominating and she's independent? You're not independent. So why are you complaining that she's independent? Get up, get off your butt, and go and do something about it, okay? Number 4, which is the all talk and no action, which is everyone voted for that one. Women just hate someone who talks a lot and doesn't do any actions. Look, I understand women are attracted to what they hear. And some men have figured this out, and especially the younger men who talk a lot and do nothing. They know how to sweet talk themselves. They like when their words just come out of their mouth, it's like silk, and women are like, oh yeah, I love this. But women, you need to understand, this is someone who just talks a lot and no action. You have to put the words to the test. You have to, whatever he's saying, put it to the test. Give him like an ultimatum. Tell him, okay, you've said you want to do, let's say you want to open a business. Give him an ultimatum. Tell him, when are you going to open this business? Put it to the test, and then wait on that date and say, okay, where's the business? Have you started whatever you said you were going to do? You need to also be strict, because some women are not strict enough. They just listen, they get attracted to what they hear, and then they go along. And men who say, let's go with the flow, which is the 7th point, which is the directionless person, the person who has no direction, the man who is just, oh, maybe we'll do this, and then tomorrow he's like, oh, maybe we'll do that. This is someone who's still trying to find his way around. You do not want to be in a relationship with such a man, right? Let him be on his own. Let him focus on what he wants to do. It's going to take some time for him to find that direction. The longer it takes, the worse it is. So why would you want to be with such a man? So you're a guy. You have no plan. Maybe you're still trying to find what you want to do in your career, what you want to build, all these other kind of things, right? At that point, women are the last thing in your list. You shouldn't even be looking at women at that point. You need to be focusing on what you want to try and achieve in your career, what kind of assets you want to accumulate. These are the kind of things you need to be thinking about, rather than chasing women and talking to women and trying to flirt with women and all that kind of nonsense. And then also, in terms of being directionless, you can also be a pushover. Being a pushover, someone who can easily be swayed by someone else's thoughts and ideas. Oh, if someone comes and tells you, oh, I don't think this is a good idea. And then you say, oh, okay, I think this person makes sense. Let me just follow this person's ideas. If you are not able to lead, women love a man who can lead, who has a plan. Because look, with the plan comes leadership. Okay, you're able to lead someone into doing something. If you don't have a plan, you're not able to lead. So what I've understood, what I've understood, and what I have applied rather is, well, you can say applied, but rather from what I've seen. Yes, from what I've seen, and what works is when you go on a date. Let's say on a date, for instance, and you're on a date with a woman. When you tell her everything that's going to happen, when you have a plan, and you tell her, look, I'm going to meet you at 9:15. 9:30 we'll be at the restaurant, blah blah blah, we'll do this, and then from 10:30 from here we'll go there. You have a nice plan and you've laid it all out, and then you have a plan B just in case plan A fails. Ooh, when you take charge and you show her that you can lead, that is amazing. She's going to fall for you because that is just an amazing quality in a man, and that's what she wants to see. But if you're not even able to do that, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out here. So stop complaining that the women are dominating now, because you didn't take the role. You didn't get up, and most men are just like that. I just feel like you're just sitting back and saying, women have the control now, so let them just be in charge. Fine, I know, and I understand that they fought for these rights and all that kind of stuff, and they want to be in charge. But there's nothing stopping you as a man from being the best version of yourself, right? It's just as simple as that, man. So try and be that high value man. So what makes you a high value man? Are you making more than $80,000 or $100,000, 80,000 pounds to $100,000? Are you making more than that? Or are you making that or more? Some men could recently start making that, but does that make you a high value man? Not really, because you need to be earning this for at least 3 to 5 years. Because what happens is, Sab, what are you saying? Many of such men think that these women want gifts and all. It's not true. We only look for stability and a man with goals and a future plan. Exactly. Women are interested in a man's future. And the only way you can determine a man's future is by looking at his past and saying, how has he brought himself to the position that he is today? Look at what he was doing before, because the past will determine what his future is going to look like. If he was always, into drugs and hooking up with different women and just partying and that kind of lifestyle, and you don't see that he is trying to work towards building something, then you know for a fact that this person is going to go into the future doing the same thing. Yeah, very well said, Sab. If you want to look at what is the potential future that this man is going to have, and it's just sad that most men out here are just, okay, maybe for them, being a high value man is not in their goals, I guess. I don't know. And you know what the messed up thing is? It's not a necessity. Like it's not a necessity for them to be one, because they can just live alone. If that's what they want to do, fine. Live alone, just buy your own man cave or whatever, or just live in a small hole somewhere and just forget about it. But what are the benefits of being a high value man? Better networking, right? You're associating yourself with better. You're making a good network, right? You're associating yourself with other high value men. You're attracting the right women, right? And it will also encourage you. It's giving you a purpose in your life, man. I mean, don't you want to live a life with purpose? Don't you want to feel like you are part of a community? So I was talking about what makes you a high value man. So are you making 80,000 pounds or more in the UK? Are you making $100,000 or more in the US? Okay. Are you on 100K? Are you on a 6-figure salary? Okay. So that's the first question you have to ask yourself. If you're not there, you need to ask yourself, how can I get there? So that's the first thing. Second thing is, are you earning that for at least consistently 3 to 5 years? There are some men who just have one project or they do one thing that makes them like 6 figures and then they feel like they're high value. You're not high value if you're not making that consistently. Because with consistency shows that you're disciplined. It shows that you have a track record. Someone can look back at your past and be like, holy shit, this guy's been working his ass off for the past 5 years. For the last 3 years, he's been making 6 figures. For the past 3 years, he's accumulated wealth. You could be making 6 figures and then you're blowing it all on hookers and Sab, what are you saying? When we look for a man, we're actually looking at a father to our children. Exactly, because with the discipline and the moral ethics and everything, you're setting an example, not only to younger men, but your potential kids. When we look for men, we're actually looking for a father to our children because that is what we want at the end of the day, a family, children, a safe, a secure space for our children. Exactly. So well said. So you as a man, you want to try to attain, you want to try and put yourself in a position where you're making the most. Always strive to earn as much more money as possible. Okay, it will just separate you from the rest. I would want my children to look up to a man. I would not want them to have a role model outside of the family. Exactly. Oh, that is so well said. Now imagine you as a man. You have struggled, you have sacrificed, you've finally climbed up the corporate ladder. You're finally making that 6 figures, and then you work and you do that for 3-5 years. Look at the story that you're going to tell your kids. What are you going to tell your kids? What are you going to tell your God damn it, who's texting me? And I'm live right now, man. That's a stupid person. Look at you. What are you going to tell your kids when you grow older? You're going to set a perfect example, a role model for your kids. Your kids are going to look up to you and be like, damn, man, dad worked for 10 years at this place, or he worked for 10 years at multiple places and he earned this much money. He was able to put food on the table. We never slept hungry. You're going to be looked up as a superhero. There is no best role model apart from your own father. Exactly. And you want to be the best. You want to strive for success. So you're trying to get that 6-figure salary. You're trying to be that top, let's say 10%, 5%. 5% of people earn 80,000 in the UK. 5%. 5%. Imagine if you're in that bracket. And then I think it's 1% who earn 120,000 pounds and more per annum. You want to be, even if you put yourself in the top 5%, and then you stay there. The secret is to stay there. Some people, they get up to the 5%, maybe for a year, and then they leave. They're like, oh, I've made enough money. I've put enough. Stay up there for at least 3 to 5 years consecutively. Try and build up those assets. Try and build up the wealth, and then investing that money back into either property, land, or other investments, gold and whatnot, so that it shows that you're not only thinking about yourself, you're thinking about bringing up the next generation. Okay. The other thing is when you reach the high value status, right? You are freaking hell. Who is freaking? Let me just put my phone on silent mode right now. Sorry guys, give me a second here. It's like everyone wants to message me now when I am freaking busy. Go away. 1 second here. Okay. So the third thing was when you reach that high value, I like your phone's cover. Yeah, it's the R2D2 from Star Wars. I'm gonna replace that. I don't really like. I want to change that now. Okay. So when you reach the high value status, right? When you've reached that level, so you've got a good salary now. Okay. You maintain that salary for at least 3 to 5 years. So it shows that you're someone who has discipline. You're someone who has consistency. Consistency is very important. You know, just because you don't want to be that kind of a guy where you've just done one project, you tell your woman, oh, you know, I'm getting a project, he's coming in, I'm going to make 6 figures. Yeah, one time deal. We're not into the one time deal kind of thing. A woman is looking for someone who has consistency, discipline. Discipline is the most, you know what the messed up thing is? Some men who start earning that kind of money, the money goes into their head and they start feeling like they have all this power to do whatever the hell they want to do. And especially if they're living in a corrupt country. I mean, all countries are corrupt. It just depends on the level. The higher corrupt countries, those men who start earning that kind of money, they start treating women like objects. They start going out and doing things, and they feel like they can get away with anything because they have the money. What the freaking hell is that? Right? So discipline comes perfectly hand in hand with the amount of money. Just because you're making more money doesn't give you the right to act and treat people like crap, like garbage. So the way you interact with your peers, with other women, with society, how you portray yourself, your image is all important, and it needs to go in line with the amount of money that you're making. Humble yourself. Just because you're making a lot of money doesn't mean you need to look down on the people who are making less than you. And all of these things, women notice these. They notice these things. Oh, you're walking out there flossing with your money. Oh, look at me! I'm making all this money. You freaking, where's the whips? Okay. So, a man who has high value has a network of other high value men. If you're making good money, let's say you're making 6 figures, you're making $100,000 is that 10 million Kenya shillings a year before taxes? You're making 10 million a year before taxes. Wait, is it 10 or I think it's 13 million now because it's like 130 or something, 140, maybe 14 million. Okay, whatever. $100,000 or 80,000 pounds a year. You're in the top 5%. Your network of other men need to be at that level as well. You can't be networking with people who are beneath you. You need to put yourself in a place where you are the dumbest person in the room. Always surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, because that's how you will learn to be like them. You need to surround yourself with role models. Surround yourself with people who know how to do things better than you. If you want to learn a trait, you want to learn something from someone, network with that person. Why are you hanging out with people and forcing yourself to look at your phone contact list? Okay, go through your contact list right now and ask yourself, how many people on this list I can learn from, I can look up to, I consider as a role model. If there's no one on that list, then you need to start networking. You need to get out there and find that person. And you know what the messed up thing is? Sometimes you're hanging out with friends, and I'm not saying, to me. What about me? Sab, what about me? Place yourself my role model. Oh wow, thank you, Sab, thank you so much. But I'm talking to the men. You might need to find a female role model. I'm talking to the men out here. I hope the volume of my microphone is loud enough. I don't know. Is it? I hope it's loud enough. I don't know if it's. Can you guys hear me perfectly fine? Like the bars are not as loud, or am I just thinking my own things here? What was I gonna say? Yeah, are you networking with the right people? Okay, your visibility on social media, which is another important thing. Are you on freaking Instagram? Are you on all these other Snapchat and TikTok? TikTok is another cancer on its own. But look at your visibility. Your visibility needs to be on LinkedIn. I looked at my LinkedIn profile the other day. I have 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. I got more than 1,000 connections. I have 1,000 followers. And on LinkedIn, it's a professional network. It's a professional social media network. It is where I communicate with other high value men. I showcase what I have done in my career. And then I connect with people who are in the same career and who are always trying to better themselves. That's where you need to be. That's the place that you need to really showcase what you can do and what value do you bring to society in the world. That's where you need to be. You don't need to be on Instagram with your millions of followers there showing off your, I don't know, whatever you're doing. Okay, maybe you're in the modeling industry. Okay, that kind of makes sense. But if your career as a doctor or an engineer or I can't think of any other, a lawyer, right? What the freaking hell are you doing on Instagram then? That doesn't make any sense to me. You as a man, you need to be on LinkedIn. That's where you need to be. So look at what kind of social media you're putting your energy into. Okay, you need to focus on the ones that are going to help you build a better network of high value men, and also portray yourself as one, because that's what you want to try and achieve. Okay, number whatever it is, I've lost count. Utility, usefulness to the group, and also usefulness to the world. You consider yourself as a high value man when you know that the work that you're doing, the projects that you're working on, and the people that you're collaborating with are bringing some kind of utility to the world. You are leaving a dent in this world. Okay, I've already mentioned this. And that's basically it. That is it, guys. So, are you any of these? If not, are you striving to try to be at least something out of all of these points that I've mentioned? So that's about it, guys. There was nothing else that I wanted to say. I mean, I think I've touched on all the topic, all the points that I wanted to make. What else have I left out over here? Damn, I've just said everything. There's nothing else that I can think of. And we're right on time. It's 37 minutes in. Perfect. Sab, is there anything else that you want to add? Anyone else who's joined, whoever has joined, I'd really do appreciate the guys who have been on the channel, who have supported me. 141 subs. Man, you guys are amazing. Each and every one of you guys, and I'm just trying to build this channel, just try and build a good community, a good connection of people over here. I know I joke around sometimes. I share some funny memes and stupid things, but at the end of the day, what are we trying to do? We're trying to build a good community here. You have covered mostly everything, mostly all the important points. Yeah, thank you, Sab. Yeah, I'm glad that it kind of makes sense. Did I? Yeah, I've mentioned everything. There's nothing else that I can think of. Damn, that's amazing. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for everything and all the support you guys have given me. And I guess that's it. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know, Sab, if you're going to be able to join us tomorrow for the bullshitting 101 session. And Maureen as well. Shout out to Maureen. Shout out to, who else can I give a shout out to? Rispa, Maureen, Sab, Saima. Who else can I give a shout out to? Yeah, all the people that had joined me in the previous whatever bullshitting 101 sessions. those are really fun. So anyway, yeah, I'm just trying to build a good community here, try and better everyone else's lives, and just just make things great, and just be the best versions of ourselves. If we're not networking right, if we're not socializing well, building a good community online, because there's a lot of nonsense going on online these days. I just want to be that channel where I'm giving off a good vibe, having some fun, sharing some crazy memes, but also, try and talk some serious stuff, talk some sense into some men, talk some sense into some women. And look, sometimes you might not agree with some points. If you don't agree, just say something on the live chat or say something on the comments. Maybe you don't like what I said. Okay, if you don't like what I said, then give me a good reason as to why you don't like. Some people get triggered so easily, and they're just like, oh, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to unsubscribe. That's just a weak way of responding to something. I just feel like if you've got something on your mind, if you don't agree with some of the points that I've made today talking about men, post something on live chat, post something on the comments, tell me what I've said that has triggered you, and we can talk about it. But anyway, I hope you've learned something. And again, thank you guys for checking out the channel, and I will see you tomorrow.
Chill Out Records.